Now, for the suffix age, okay, it usually stands at the end of nouns and some verbs. The pronunciation is idge, as in bridge. Idge. See here, idge, bridge. Okay. Now, in a sentence, you can say it like this: despite her young age, okay, your age, she's going to manage the project. Can you see? Age, manage, age, as in bridge, manage. Now, why do we say age and here we say manage? Because here the ending also is age. We don't pronounce it as manage. It's manage. Okay. Now, why this happens is in the word age, the A is stressed. If you notice how I'm pronouncing the word age, age, age. So A is stressed. And it is, if you look at the phonetic symbol, it is A. Okay? A. This also goes for the words that rhyme with age, like cage, page, engage, and there are many others. Okay, so here in this word, A is stressed. But if you look at the suffix age, suffixes that comes after the base word, okay, the age is unstressed. It becomes weaker. It sounds more like the schwa sound, or a, or a. Very weak vowel sounds. Okay. Now, because of this unstressed A, we say age, but manage, idz, manage. We say cage, but package. Engage, but baggage, baggage. Rage, but courage, courage. Ridge, and edge. Stage, but postage. Can you see? Postage, postage. And always remember the stress is on the first syllable. Postage, not on this syllable. Okay, not in this. There's no stress here. Postage. Wage, here because there's only one vowel sound, way, E is silent. So there's wage, but sewage, sewage, sewage. What is sewage? It is the dirty water that flows into the gutters. That is sewage. Okay. Now, some of the words have maintained their French pronunciation because English has evolved from, Germanic, as well as French words also have come into the English language. Okay. So here we pronounce the suffix age as arch, arch, like in camouflage, garage, sabotage. It has retained the French pronunciation. Camouflage, garage, or sabotage. Now here, there is a difference between the British English as well as the American English. In British English, the arch is normally stressed on the first syllable, while American English stresses them on the last syllable. Let's take these three words. In British English, we will say garage. But here they will say garage. Can you see the stresses on this syllable? In British English, the stress is garage, garage. Here it is garage. Massage, massage. Here it is massage. Stresses on the second syllable, last syllable. Okay. Here you can say collage, collage, collage. But here they say collage, collage. Can you see the difference? But this has retained the French pronunciation. Okay. But it depends on British and how the Americans will pronounce it. Okay. Now, in age and age, okay, are also maintained before an ed or an ing ending. Let's look at these words. Package, age, packaged, ed ending. Packaging, packaging. Damage, damaged, damaging. Collage, collaged, collaging. Now here the ed is added as a simple d sound. When you create an additional syllable. However, when age plus s, that is in the plural, you have to add an extra syllable. Okay, for age plus s, an extra syllable when it comes in the plural. So here when you're saying, here we say je and je sound, okay? But when we add the s after these sounds, we slip in an extra h and we pronounce the z, because plurals are s at the end, okay, when you're writing it. But when you're spelling, I mean in phonetic symbol it is message, but messages, see, we're adding an h. Messages is age, message, messages is. That is the plural. Okay, or when we talk in the third person in the present tense. Manage, but manages. See, age plus we are adding an s, is, manages. And we have to make sure that we pronounce this too, so that the other person we are speaking to or we are trying to communicate with understands what you are trying to say. Manage, manages. See the z sound. Listen carefully. Z is, manages, manages. Garage, garages. See here, garages, garages is. That is many. One garage, but many garages. He is able to manage, but they are not, they are not able to, if you can can you give me a sentence in manages? He manages to wake up in the morning by 7. He manages to wake up in the morning by 7. He has been texting me or he has been messaging me. Messaging, okay? But messages, how do you say? He messages me every day or she messages me every day. All right. Now let's practice this. Is this clear what I've said so far? Okay. All right. Now let's look at these sentences. You have to be able to pronounce it correctly in the singular, in the plural, in the present, or in the past. I love the vintage feel of that image. Vintage, image. Managed, courage. Carriages is, garages, luggage. with luggage racks. Can you make a plural of luggage? Okay, luggage does not have a plural. Luggage is luggage. You don't say, you don't add an S in the plural. With luggage racks. Luggage doesn't become and put an S here for a plural sound. Okay, so luggage is luggages. We don't say luggage is luggage. We don't say luggage in the, luggages. There's no word as luggages. Okay. The hurricane damaged a large percentage of houses. We would love to buy a cottage in one of those little villages. See the S here. Villages. What can you cook from 4 sausages and half a cabbage? Packaging the glasses in boxes will prevent breakage. The average age of marriage in the US is between 28 and 30. The garages are at the end of the passage. He sent me several encouraging messages. See, encouraging, ridging. I'm adding an ing, but encouraging messages. Thanks to drainages and regular massages, her knee regained mobility. Thanks to drainages and regular massages, her knee regained mobility. She used bandages to stop the hemorrhage. What is hemorrhage? It's a bleeding. Okay, hemorrhage. Okay. Camouflaging itself among the foliage, the snake remained unseen. Camouflaging itself among the foliage, the snake remained unseen. What is foliage? This is a lot of green grass or grass. It can be dry grass also. But it camouflaged itself according to the, the habitat. All right. Learning a new language has so many advantages. Learning a new language has so many advantages. So now I'll call your name. I'd like you to repeat these sentences, please. Mrs. Jinsey.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, can you say the first sentence?
Yes, ma'am. I love the vintage feel of that image.
I love the vintage feel of that image. Edge. Vintage feel of that image. Edge. Can you see here? Let me just put up the file for you. See here. Edge. I love the vintage feel of that image. Okay. Can you say that again?
I can see, ma'am.
You can't see it?
No.
Just a second. Okay. Here it is. I love the vintage feel of that image.
I love the vintage feel that image.
Of that image.
Of that image.
What is the meaning of vintage? It is an antique like. An image is like a photograph. Or, a photo you can say. All right. Okay. Thank you. Mrs. Jinsey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you repeat? You said just now. Did you say a sentence just now?
Second sentence, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead with the second one.
At last, he managed to find the courage to ask for a pay raise.
Pay rise. Okay. All right. Mr. Biju. Mr. Lijaman. Mrs. Rinsey.
5 weeks. Fitted with luggage rack. All train carriages are fitted with
All train carriages are fitted with luggage racks. All train carriages are fitted with luggage racks. Can you repeat that? Okay, Mrs. Rincy,
Yes, ma'am.
can you repeat that sentence?
All train carriages are fitted with luggage racks.
Yeah, very good. Mrs. Sunaja, the next sentence.
The hurricane damaged a large percentage of houses.
Yeah, percentage,
Percentage of houses.
houses. Okay. Then Mrs. Ansama. Mrs.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
can you read the next sentence? We would love to buy a cottage in one of those little villages.
We would love to buy a cottage in one of those little villages.
Not village, cottage, say cottage, cottage,
Cottage. Cottage.
cottage, edge, cottage,
Cottage.
and villages, because this is
Villages.
plural, yeah, villages.
Villages.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, ma'am.
Mrs. Chinchu,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, can you read the next sentence? What can you cook from
What
4
can-
sausages? What?
What can you cook from 4 sausage and half a
Sausages,
cabbage?
okay,
Sausage and
not
half a
sausage,
cabbage.
sausage, edge.
Sausage.
Sausages. Now this is a plural, not one sausage, but many sausages. So it says 4 sausages. Say the word sausages.
Sausage.
Sauce. Yeah,
Ma'am.
you repeat after me. Saw. Say saw.
So,
Say. Say.
say,
Sausages. Sausages.
Sausages.
Sausages.
sausages,
Yeah.
sausages and half a cabbage.
Not cabbage. Not cabbage. Cabbage. Edge. Cabbage.
Cabbage. Cabbage.
Cabbage. This AG becomes edge. Cabbage. Okay. Can you read it now again?
What can you cook from 4 sausages and half a cabbage?
Yeah, sausages. Okay. Sausages. Okay. Okay. Next, Mrs. Joyce Small. Thank you, Mrs. Joyce Small.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you read the sentences? The sentence: packaging the glasses in boxes will prevent breakage.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Packaging the glasses in boxes will prevent breakage.
No, packaging. Package. You have to package.
Packaging.
Package. Say package.
Packaging.
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 The
The
glasses.
glasses in boxes will prevent breakage.
Breakage. Breakage. Don't pronounce it as age. Edge. Breakage.
Breakage.
Yeah, all right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Mrs. Maya,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, can you pronounce the next word? The average
Okay, ma'am.
sentence, sorry. The average age of marriage in the US is between 28 and 30.
Okay. The average age of marriage in the US is between 28 and 30.
Okay, now say it a little faster. A little faster. The average age of marriage.
Average age of marriage in the US is between 28 and 30.
Yeah, not marriage, it's marriage. See, we don't.
Married.
Yeah, if there's a double R, double P, we only pronounce one. Okay. So marriage, marriage, average. Can you say the word average?
The average age of marriage in the US is between 28 and 30.
Very good. Yes. Okay. Mrs. Marinamma? Yeah, can you say the next sentence? The garages are at the end of the passage. Garages. The garages. Garages.
The garages are at the end of the passage.
Yeah. You must say the end because I've said this before. The next word is starting with a vowel. Okay, so the end. The garages are at the end of the passage. Say that again.
The garages are at the end of the passage.
Yeah. Now here also you have to pronounce the R because if you notice for how I'm pronouncing, just see the sentence. Okay. The garages are. I'm pronouncing the R at the end of the passage. So why am I pronouncing the R? Only because the next word is starting with a vowel. So the R before is pronounced. E is silent. Okay. The garages are at the end of the passage. You say that?
The garages are at the end of the passage.
Very good. Okay. All right. Thank you. Mrs. Anumol? Mrs. Tessie? Mrs. Preeti?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you say the next sentence? I'll read it once. He sent me several encouraging messages.
He sent me several encouraging messages.
Yeah. Now, when you're saying, always pronounce your t's and your d's. Okay. He sent me. He sent several.
He sent me several encouraging messages.
Several, not several. Several. Say several. Yeah. Encouraging
Several
messages.
encouraging messages.
Messages. Can you read the sentence again?
He sent me several encouraging messages.
Yes, several. We don't pronounce this E here. Several.
Several.
Several. Okay, very good.
Several.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Sijamol? Mrs. Atira?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you read the next sentence? I'll read it once. Thanks to drainages and regular massages, her knee regained mobility.
Thanks to drainages and regular massages, her knee regained mobility.
Yeah, now
Massages.
yeah, you have to be careful what you're trying to say, okay? People will misunderstand.
Massages.
Yeah,
Okay.
massages. This has regained the French pronunciation. Massages. And this is messages. Okay, good. Now the next one, I'll call your name. Thank you. Mrs. Lini. Sorry, Mrs. Neetu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you read that next sentence?
Yeah, ma'am. She used bandages to stop the hemorrhage.
Okay, she used bandages
To stop the hemorrhage.
hemorrhage. Yeah, very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Lini. Okay, Miss Nora. Miss Ashna Maria. Mrs. Roshimol. Mrs. Bindu. Mrs. Ashna. Rachel. Mrs. Anama George. Mrs. Anita Mole.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll do the next sentence. Camouflaging itself among the foliage, the snake remained unseen. Camouflaging itself among the foliage, the snake remained unseen. Can you say this? Camouflaging.
Confining itself among the foliage.
The snake remained unseen. Now, camouflaging. Say it after me. Camouflaging. 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 What is the meaning of camouflaging? The meaning is when it camouflages means it changes its way of looking. Suppose it's green in color, depending on the habitat or the environment that it is in, maybe it will turn into brown. So it camouflages, it changes its color. Okay, that is camouflaging. Okay, camouflaging itself among the foliage, the snake remained unseen. Okay, Mrs. Ashwati. Mrs. Sindhu?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you say the next sentence?
Learning a new
Camouflaging
language.
Okay, can you read this one?
Camouflaging itself among the foliage, the snake remained unseen.
Very good, please. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anu Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you say the next sentence?
Learning a new language has so many advantages.
Learning a new language, has so many advantages. Because this is an extra S here. Is advantages.
Advantages.
Yes, can you say it again?
Learning a new language has so many advantages.
Advantages. Can you say the word advantages?
Advantages.
Yeah, very good. Okay, thank you. So is it clear up to here how you use these, how you make these, endings? AGE and age, as in cage. Okay, like we learned in the beginning. But here, it doesn't carry a stress at the end, the suffix, it becomes a suffix. And please remember, when we say prefix and suffix, a prefix you add to the beginning of the word. Suffix you add to the end of a base word. Now please remember, when you use prefixes and suffixes, it will change the meaning of the word entirely. And it will change how you're using it in a sentence also, the meaning of the sentence. So please remember, prefixes and suffixes will change meanings of the words. Okay, but when you use this in your daily language or in your speaking, you can use different ways of making the word. Like I mentioned before, word formation. Okay, baggage, baggages. Okay, baggage, baggages, baggaging, or just plain baggage. Engage, engaged, engaging, engages. Can you see how many words I formed? So you can use these type of words when you're speaking to somebody. Don't use continuously the same word. Engage, engage. Change it, make the meaning, like, change it to a past tense, change it to a past participle, change it to a, continuous tense. You can change words like that and speak sentences. Okay. Now let's go to the ABLE and the IBLE. Okay, these are adjectival suffixes. Means they turn the word into a describing word. Adjective means describing something. What is the meaning of able and or capable? It is both meaning able to or capable of. Means you're able to do something or capable of doing something. These are both vowel suffixes. Vowel means able. 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 Normally the pronunciation is the same. Able. Even when you write the word able, it is able. Schwa sound. Okay. But able is more common. Roughly we have 900 words, while in this ending IBLE, it is only about 200. Now, how we can identify these words or how we can change these words? Okay, for able suffix, some Latin words, for example, dependable, depend and add able. Non-Latin words, for example, affordable, renewable, washable, washable. Now, new modern words, for example, are networkable, windsurfable. There are many more. Okay. Now, what is the rule of thumb here? How do we know? How do we write the correct spelling, or how do you pronounce it, basically? Okay. Now, if you remove able from a word, you are left with a complete word. When I say remove able from a word, now if you take the word renewable, it becomes, the base word is renew, you add able, it becomes renewable. Renewable. Sometimes you drop the E when adding able. For example, if you look at the word adorable, it's spelled as A-D-O-R-E, but you drop the E and you add A-B-L-E. So it becomes adorable. Same thing for excite. Excite, you drop the E, add the able, it becomes excitable. Size, drop the E, add able, becomes sizable. If the base word ends in CE or GE, you have to keep the E. For example, notice, noticeable. You don't drop the E here, you keep the E. Okay. If it is ending in GE, manage. See, manage. Add able, manageable, able. It is the schwa sound at the end, able. Vowel suffix, vowel suffix. Okay. Now, here you have to change Y to I before adding able. For example, enviable. Sorry, enviable, pliable. Envy is the base word. Add able. Okay, but change the Y to I. Enviable. Enviable. Okay. Here also, pliable becomes, ply is the base word. Add able, you get pliable. Means to bend or to fold. This has come from the old French word plier. Lot of words have come into the English language from Germanic, words as well as French words. Okay, and now there are a mixture also, Spanish and many words that we know we use in English with a Spanish pronunciation also. Okay. Now, if a word ends in ATE, use ABLE. For example, demonstrate. Demonstrate becomes demonstrable. Demonstrable. Navigate becomes navigable. Navigable. So, what is the rule of thumb here? Look for the base word. Look for the base word. Renewable, you just add able. So it becomes renewable. Adore, add able, adorable. Okay, this is the base word. But sometimes, mainly this is coming from, you can make out whether it is from Latin words or non-Latin words. So these now, non-Latin will be all these, where you can add the able, able suffix. Okay, but when we come to able, this also pronunciation is the same. Here it is less common, the suffix. Okay, and usually of Latin origin, words of Latin origin. Now, sometimes if you take away the able from the base word, you do not get a complete word, like how we got here. For example, in adorable, we got a base complete word, adorable. See here, a complete word. But here in able, sometimes you will not get a complete word, base word, because of Latin origin. So that is the reason why we make it able. Now, if you take this word incredible, okay, it is not a complete word. Even if I break it up, if you notice here, I'm breaking it up, incred. It is not a word. But you will know immediately that it is a Latin word. It comes from the Latin word incredibilis, means not convincing. Same with invisible. Here, if you break it up, invis. See here, invis, not a complete word. Comes from the Latin word invisibilis, meaning not visible. So those are mainly non-Latin, these are mainly Latin. Okay. Now, for example, if we words with soft C or G, okay, legible. The G is not a hard G when you pronounce, okay, so it's legible. Tangible, okay. Here again, if you break it up, you will get the Latin word legibilis. Legible means you can read it. Her writing is very legible. Same with tangible, tangibilis, from the Latin word tangibilis. Able to be, means you can reach for something, you can touch it, tangible. Okay. Now, sometimes if a base word ends in T, you have to make it able, I-B-L-E. For example, convertible. Break it up, it becomes convert plus able, I-B-L-E, convertible. Destruct plus I-B-L-E becomes destructible. Resist plus able become resistible. Got it? Any questions? Any questions? It needs a lot of practice, okay? Just my telling you like this is not going to work. You have to be able to, first of all, pronounce it properly. The best thing to do is always go to a dictionary. Okay? Now, here there are some exceptions, okay? If you remove able from a word, you are not left with a complete word. Like I told you here, over here, you're not left with a complete word. Like here, convert, destruct, resist, okay? For example, also sensible. Sense is not a complete word. There's no word as sense. Okay, so you have to add it's a Latin, it comes from the Latin origin. Okay, so sensible. But these words, accessible, contemptible, digestible, flexible, suggestible, are among the exceptions to this. I'll call your name. I'll ask you to read out a particular word. Please pronounce that word, please. 1 second. Shiny Thomas. Vincy Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll call out the word. Please read this. I'll highlight it. Please give me the pronunciation of the word. Okay. What about this word? How do you pronounce this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll give you a word. Please pronounce that word. What about this word?
Adorable.
Very good. Okay. Mr. Biju? Mr. Lichman? Mrs. Rincy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll give you one word. Yeah. Can you pronounce this word?
Excitable.
Yeah, good. All right. Mrs. Sunaja,
Yes, ma'am.
can you pronounce this word?
Enviable.
Enviable. Yeah, very good. Enviable. Okay. Marina. Okay. Mrs. Ansama.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you pronounce this word?
Yes. Pliable.
Pliable. It's a schwa sound. Pliable. Ables.
Pliable.
Yeah. All the endings ABLE as well as IBLE are pronounced able. See? Able.
Yes.
Able.
Pliables.
Yeah. So pliable. Very good. Okay.
Pliable. Okay, ma'am.
All right. Now I'll just give you a short, on this endings. 1 minute. Okay. Plenty of these ads are coming up. Okay. Let's do this quiz. Okay. You have to tell me whether it is this IBLE or ABLE. I'll call your name. Okay. Mrs. Ansama.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is the first answer? That was a really, sorry.
That was a really
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
Terrible.
Movie. Okay. How do you spell terrible?
TERRIBLE. Terrible.
Okay, let's click on that. Okay. The next person. Mrs. Chinchu, can you give me the next answer?
Ma'am, answer is invisible.
Okay, you can't.
You can see smoke, but oxygen is invisible.
How do you spell it?
Second one, INVISIDLE.
Very good. Okay. All right. The new phones will be dashed next month. Mrs. Joy Small?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you give me the answer to this, the third question? The new phones will be dashed next month.
The new phones will be available next month. AVALABLE. Second one.
Second one. So can you say the sentence again? The new phones will be available next month. Okay. All right. We'll go to the next one. Mrs. Maya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you give me?
Okay, wind power is a form of renewable. RENEWABLE. Renewable energy. Okay.
Good. Okay. Mrs. Marinama.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you give me the answer to the fifth one? Who was
responsible for making the mistake? First option.
first one? Okay. Winning a gold medals and dash achievement. Okay. Mrs. Tessie. Mrs. Preeti. Mrs. Libby Mall.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you give me the answer?
Winning a gold medal.
Yeah, your voice is breaking up. Can you give me the answer?
Incredible achievement.
Okay, very good. How do you spell it? Is this the correct spelling or this is the correct spelling?
Second one is the second.
Okay. All right. Now,
Incredible.
okay, good. Okay. Mrs. Sijamol? Mrs. Atira?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you give me the answer to the next one? Running away was dash given the circumstances.
Understandable. First one.
Okay, good. All right. Mrs. Neetu Nandan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you give me the answer to the next one? We couldn't read his writing. It was,
Eligible.
where should I click?
I'm not sure about. I think it's first one, ma'am.
You think it's first?
Yeah, I'm not that much sure about that.
Okay. Now, how would you, I mean, I've given you, I've told you previously, you can make it out whether it's a Latin word or it is a non-Latin word or it's a modern word. Okay. Now, try to break it up. Try and break. Can you? Yeah, take this part. IBLE, of course, is the suffix. Take this part. Is this a word, complete word? Is this a complete word?
First one is the correct answer.
Which one?
First one.
Okay. For most people, a gold Rolex isn't, 1 minute.
Affordable. Second one.
Affordable. Okay. He sacked one of our most dash workers.
Dependable. Second one.
Second one. Okay, good. Now let's check if our answers are right. Yeah, everything is correct. So these are the answers. Good. So you've understood the lesson, but pronunciation, see, it's easy for us to, click, or guess, but guessing is not the right thing. All right. Guessing is not the right thing. You must know how it is formed. How do you make the particular word? All right.